addicted to. It's like being a slave. Being a slave, it can be good, it can be bad. I'm a slave of righteousness, but I don't want to be a slave of anybody. Does it make sense? Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? Freedom is the ability to choose your enslavement. Did you get what I said? Freedom is the ability to choose what enslave you. There's nothing wrong in being a slave. There's everything wrong in you not having control over what enslave you. Addiction is an enslavery. Addiction is an enslavery or enslavement. Now, that thing you are addicted to, if you are the one that chose it, fantastic. But if you are not the one that chose it and it's the one that chooses you, that's where the problem is. And please, some people are addicted to porn and they will go and pray. I've heard of people that want to cut off their own manhood because of masturbation and addiction. That's not the solution. That's not the solution. That's not going to solve it. You cannot pray away what you behave yourself into. If you behave yourself into it, you have to behave yourself out of it. If you behave yourself into it, you have to behave yourself out of it. You cannot pray away what you behave yourself into. So how to manifest victory over addiction? Another very important area I think we need in the new year. Let me start by saying that if you have been trying to overcome addiction, there is a chance that you have been attempting to go against the very fabric of the God system of the universe, trying to overcome addiction. We live on 3 planes of existence. We live on a physical plane. I keep repeating this most of the time because sometimes we are not conscious of it. Some people don't know that as a human being, we are tripartite, just like Trinity. We are on 3 planes of existence. Physical, with your physical body. Mental, with your mind. And spiritual, spirit being. But what many do to overcome addiction is only seen in the physical plane. And that's why many people struggle. It's only seen in the physical plane. And that's why many people struggle. Many people struggle. Can you still hear me online? I can't hear myself. Can you still hear me? Okay, I can hear myself now. Hello?
I can hear you, sir.
All right, thank you. So, they don't do...
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir.
All right, thank you. They don't do anything on the mental plane. They only do everything on the physical plane. And they want to overcome addiction. And addiction, the strong goal of addiction is in the mental plane. The strong goal of addiction is in the mental plane. The first thing you must not do if you're addicted is to be sad, unhappy about it. And what we're going to discuss, you're going to see a lot of similarity to what we discussed under procrastination. And then you will notice a pattern. You notice that the real problem is just to be able to have control over our mind. That if we have control over our mind, in fact, someone said, it looked like human being evolved too fast, that we can't handle our mind. I said, we can't handle it. Many people cannot handle, they can't handle the power of their mind. They can't handle it. They can't handle it. Someone committed suicide recently in India, and he dropped a note that nobody killed him, that she died because she could not handle her mind. She could not handle her mind. Why do people commit suicide? They can't handle their mind. People are hopeless because they can't handle their mind. People are depressed because they can't handle their mind. People are worried because they can't handle their mind. People are full of anxiety because they can't handle their mind. It was that? Okay. Because they can't handle their mind. Because they can't handle their mind. They can't handle their mind. So they do a lot physically on the physical plane, but they don't do any on the mental plane. It's important to know that Addiction is an entity that has a frequency and has attached itself to you. Addiction is an entity that has a frequency and it has attached itself to you. So what happened is you have I'm trying to see how that whenever you learn a new habit, you form a new neural connection. The more you do that thing, the more you increase the neural network. The more you increase the neural network. And when you increase the neural network, you make it more efficient for transmission of information across that synapse. Because every memory is stored in a synapse. Synapse is formed in the brain where you have the nerve ending, and the head of the nerve, the body of the nerve. It's called, what's the name? Forgotten the name now. The body is called axion, but the cell body and the dendrite together. And you have a number of them together like that in the brain. When information passes through that place regularly, you are building more neural connections. Yeah? It's becoming more efficient because of that practice. So this is it. So any form of addiction, porn, alcohol, smoking, drinking, whatever it is, that is all out there for. And it could be positive. You like reading, you just like walking. There are some people there, we all have addictions. Like I said, and addiction is enslavement. Freedom is for you to choose what enslave you. Slavery is for what enslave you to choose you. Because if I choose what enslave me, that means I can unchoose you. I can choose that I don't want you again. But if I'm not the one that chose you, and you're the one that choose me, it is important to know that addiction is an entity that has a frequency and attach itself to you. To overcome your addiction, you will need to alter your frequency. You will need to alter your perception because how you view it is how you experience it. How you view it is how you experience it. Right. So how you view is very important. Very, very important. Very, very important. You know? So it's important to know that addiction is an entity. To overcome your addiction, you will need to alter your frequency. Addiction can be described as the necessity of relying and continuously using external frequency to alter internal frequency. I will go over that definition. Before then, to overcome addiction, you will need to alter your frequency. You will need to alter your perception because to overcome addiction, you will need to alter your frequency and you will need to alter your perception because how you view it is how you experience it and also trace the origin of this frequency. How you view it is how you experience it. How did you view it? Because the way you view it is important, and I'll come back to that. Addiction can be described as the necessity of relying continuously using external frequency to alter internal frequency. The frequency of addiction can be from drug, can be from approval of others. You might be addicted to the approval of others. Addicted to the approval of others. Addicted to games. Addicted to porn. Addicted to sex. Addicted to social media. Addicted to alcohol. Addicted to smoking. Addicted to alcohol, addicted to smoking. Please know that until you know how things work in the unseen realm, you will not know how things work vibrationally. Due to lack of understanding of how things work vibrationally, when circumstances show up in your reality, you will be confused. So remember that addiction involves relying on something external, a trigger, to alter your internal state. And this can be from drug, from drinks, from games, from porn, from alcohol, from smoking. What is important is that this thing is releasing dopamine inside, it's releasing dopamine inside, it's releasing dopamine inside you. It's releasing an hormone inside you. So you need, the interesting thing is that you see that same experience, that feel that you have from any of those addictions, you can generate it yourself without those external object or circumstance. The nature of universe is such that it balances within and without. It balances the internal with the external. So you will need to begin to see addiction for what it truly is, and know that addiction is an entity. It has a blind intelligence, and so it neither love you or hate you. It neither love you or hate you. Note that addiction exists on a spiritual plane and therefore has the power to alter physical plane. Addiction also exists on the mental plane and have the power to alter physical plane. As an entity, it wants to exist. Whenever you form a new neural connection, you want to remain. You want to exist. And you want to keep existing at any cost necessary, even at your own detriment. Also note that these addictions are born out of a void, and the entity of addiction presents the illusion that something external can fill the void, something internal. Addiction is a sign that there is a void. There is a void. And by being addicted to something, you are trying to fix an internal problem with an external factor. Using an external factor to fix an internal problem. It's not going to work. This is why there's nothing that you do on the external that can stop addiction that is on the inside. The physical reality is an illusion, and thus it cannot be used to get rid of an internal problem of addiction. But until you have the capability of understanding of how to transmute that void within, moving from negative to positive or positive to negative, that void within, and feel it yourself, you will continue to be addicted to whatever it is you are addicted to. Remember, the addiction always causes the release of dopamine. That void, you need to feel it yourself. You need to feel it yourself. Note that the awareness of what is going on inside is the first step of transmutation. Awareness of what's going on inside. Awareness of what's going on inside, which can be used to solve this problem of addiction. Addiction exists as at the spiritual level or mental level. Why compelling you to do things physically? Apart from the addiction illusion that makes you to think that something external can fill a void internally, it presents another illusion. Because the first illusion is that addiction makes you to feel this external. We feel an internal void. This external, we feel an internal void. But the external cannot feel an internal void. And because it cannot feel it, it's so painful sometimes how people suffer because of ignorance. Because of ignorance. Because sometimes in trying to fix this problem, what I see people do most of the time is to pray. And the reason they pray is because they think, I don't know where we got that song from, that prayer is the master key. I don't know where we got that prayer, but we all know prayer is not the master key now. There are some things that prayer will not solve, that just by forgiving the person, you'll be fine. Just forgiveness is all you need. It's not prayer. If you keep prayer and you refuse to forgive, you're wasting your time. So basically saying it's not everything you're going to fix with prayer, no. Maybe prayer can give you wisdom or direction of what to do, but not solving the problem. Not solving the problem. Not solving the problem. Because the fact that many people are not aware of this is making many people to struggle in fixing the problem of addiction. The second illusion is that addiction is difficult to, that makes the addiction difficult to overcome. The second illusion is that the addiction is difficult to overcome. That's second illusion. First illusion, I can solve an internal problem with an external issue, with an external factor. Too powerful, the addiction is got to overcome. Too powerful for you to deal with and cannot be defeated. But that's not true. That's not true. If you believe this, you get entrapped in the perception projection loop, which means the way you perceive the situation is the way it becomes. The way you perceive the situation is the way it becomes. This is because the way you look at life is the way life looks at you. The way you look at life is the way life looks at you. When you call something a truth, you are immersing it deeper into your subconscious mind. So if you perceive addiction as difficult, you are creating an emotion that creates vibration that compound to a frequency and reinforce the projection of reality in line with the fact that it's difficult to overcome it. Therefore, the only reason why it appears to be difficult is because you perceive it to be difficult. First of all, you must realize it's not difficult. It is not difficult. It is not difficult. Remember that this addiction is an entity that wants to survive. It is a mind, a synaptic connection in your brain that a mind which consists of neural connection and synapse in your brain. Note that it wants to survive. So it will do all it can to survive. And one of the ways it does that is to make you feel bad after you have done what you don't want to do because you are addicted to it. Make you feel bad. Always remember, feeling bad is not solving the problem. Feeling bad make it worse. 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 So if you keep feeling bad, it's not going to solve the problem. Feeling bad make it worse. Therefore, you need, please note that it won't survive. So it will do all that it can to survive, even at your detriment. Remember that there's no truth in your reality other than what your subconscious might accept as truth. Please, I make this statement all the time. I don't know if it has sunk into your mind. There's no truth in your reality. It's what you accept as true. If you believe you can overcome it, you will overcome it. If you believe you cannot overcome it, you will not overcome it. If you believe you can overcome it, you will overcome it. If you believe you cannot overcome it, you will not overcome it. You need to believe first you can overcome it and know that this is possible. This can be done. If I don't believe I can overcome it, I will not be able to overcome it. Because I will even create the willpower to try or to do something necessary about it. Because in addiction, there's always a cue. There's something that will lead to it. You have a question? No, note it down, please. Don't forget. There's always a cue. There's always a cue that will lead to it. So the essence of, now, going back to what we talk about procrastination, the essence of being in a state of consciousness that will make you, to overcome addiction, you need to be in a state of consciousness that shows you are out of that addiction. Now, and that will make it easier for you to take away the cues. So, for example, I was talking to a guy recently. It's a Christian. In fact, I told him to start joining us. I've not seen him today. And he was pained about the fact that he's been praying, he's addicted to porn. He's been praying and praying and praying. He was already giving up on prayer, giving up on God. He just believed there's this. I think when I saw his message, I had to call him. We had to start discussing. But let me tell you what. Number one, I had to ask him some questions to be able to identify the cues. If it's going to be your phone and it happened in the night, so what do you need to do? You need to do away with that phone every night. Now, but you need to first of all be in a state of consciousness that you believe you are overcoming that addiction first. And do away with the phone. Now, by doing away with the phone, look at what is happening. It's creating a new habit. So let's say it happened around 10 to 12 in the evening every day. Now, 10 to 12, he decides to read, or decide to go and visit his friend, or decide to go and do something else. Now, it's creating a new habit in that period. So what the body is craving for at that time is not getting it. That new habit is being formed. As that new habit is being formed, after a while, it's going to overpower the old habit. Do you understand? Am I making sense? Yes. So you are creating a new behavior to replace this. But you need to be in a frame of mind that help you to be able to take that action. Remember, you need to take action, right? You still have to take action. If you are not in that state of mind that show you are already one with freedom from this, then it will be difficult to take that action. But unfortunately, religion makes people to condemn themselves. It's like a guy seeing a naked lady and feeling lustful. If you are not lustful, something is wrong with you. It's called physiology. It's physiology that makes you feel lustful. If you are not going to be lustful, then you must not look at it. Because it's stimuli. It's stimuli. What that means is, if the stimuli is taken away, what happened? The feeling is taken away. So that means if I'm going to take the feeling away, then I have to take the stimuli away. But that feeling is physiology. So the person should not feel bad, terrible, sad because he sees a naked lady and feel lost. God put that feeling in you deliberately because that feeling is needed for you as a man in your relationship with your wife. Only that because you are in a world where sometimes people are unguarded, so they don't dress well, then it becomes difficult sometimes. But I mean, we're in Lagos, people are now used to it. So in this same Lagos, that when people wear miniskirts, they'll be yabbing them. Today, even if you wear pants, people will be looking at you and just going their way. Because we are now desensitized to it in our society. But where I'm going is this. Feeling bad because you are addicted, and I'm talking about negative addiction now, drinking, porn, sex, feeling bad is not going to solve it. Feeling sad, unhappy, crying is not going to solve it. You see that action? It's exactly what the addiction needs to survive. Am I making sense? Are we together, please? That action is exactly what the addiction needs to survive. That action is exactly what the addiction needs to survive. If the addiction is going to survive, that action. Now, if I'm going to stop it from surviving, then I need to stop that action. But because I did not stop that action of feeling sad, negative, because you need to get to that point where you know that this is a behavioral issue and it can be fixed. It can be fixed. It can be fixed. And because it can be fixed, then I need to now work towards fixing it. I was about asking that this man, I hope we are safe today. I don't see you. How are you? You know? Now, but let's look at this. If you believe that your addiction is difficult to overcome and too powerful for you to deal with and cannot be defeated, then you are right. Therefore, you need to alter your perception towards your addictions. Don't see it as something difficult to overcome. Alter your perception towards it. When you are told that you cannot overcome your addiction and something in your head say it is difficult, please know that the voice of the entity of addictive behavior in your head is what you are hearing. Note that any line of thinking regarding this addiction that does not serve you is controlling you. So if it's not serving you, who is it serving then? It's serving the entity that created it. So if you don't change the way you look at your addiction will not change the way it look at you. If you don't change the way you look at your addiction will not change the way you look at you. So if you see addiction as something big that cannot be overcome, then the addiction will begin to see you as too small and insignificant entity to overcome it. Since mental plane is the realm of cause, how then do you intend to overcome addictive behavior physically when you have already been defeated mentally? How do you want to overcome it physically when you have been defeated mentally? Please remember that successful manifestation must align with the three planes of existence. And when we are discussing our last session today on prayer, I will talk about these three planes of existence in a very clearer way. Please remember that success manifestation must align with the three planes of existence. Remember, addiction is said to occur when you rely on an external control. To regulate your internal balance. You rely on an external control. That is, your emotional being internally is being affected by an external control. Your emotional being internally is being affected by your external control. So look at this trajectory. Before the reality of addiction exists, frequency exists first. Before frequency exists, vibration exists first. Before vibration exists, emotion exists first. Before emotion of addiction exists, the concentration of focus exists first. The concentration of focus on the addiction exists first. Again, before the frequency of addiction exists, vibration exists. Before vibration exists, emotion exists, because emotion is an energetic vibration. Before emotion exists, focus or concentration on the addiction exists first. Focus or concentration exists first. Frequency have domino effect of your manifestation, and this frequency determines the intuition or the inner guidance that you get, and this is the voice in your head. It is time to go and pick up the phone now. It's the time to go and smoke now. It's the time to go and drink now. It's the time to go and do that now. Immediately you know the voice you are hearing in your head is due to the addiction frequency. It's not yours, but that of the addiction entity. You will not be able to find it difficult to ignore it. Sorry, you will be able to find it difficult to ignore it. Immediately you hear that, you know that, okay, that is the frequency of addiction speaking to me, wanting to compel me to do what I don't want to do. This frequency of addiction gives you an intuition or a guidance, internal guidance, to take an action that perpetuates your addiction. So note that the action you take to overcome your addiction cannot outrun the frequency of addiction because action cannot outrun your frequency. You cannot outrun your frequency. So don't be eager to take action. Remember I said before the person take up that phone, before he remove the cue, he must first be in a mental state of consciousness, of freedom from that addiction. All addiction are born out of a particular internal void. And the beauty about the void is that they are created, and they are created out of experience. The void is created out of experience. They are created out of an inadequacy, a challenge at home that make people to drink, or out of gaining of something, desire to be among people that make you to drink. And so addiction are attachment to a void. They have attachment to a void. It makes you think that something external can solve the problem internally. Have you seen some people who have a problem, they went to drink? What are you trying to do? Solve an internal problem with what? An external solution. You're going to drink. He's going to drink. It makes you think that something external can solve the internal problem. Please note that addiction is just a symptom. The void within is the main cause of this addiction. And this feels like a burden that you are trying to avoid. To fill the void, you need to first trace the origin of the void to a particular experience you have in the past. Note that this void may be that you feel unlovable, you feel guilty, you feel ashamed of yourself, or lacking affection, or feeling rejected. Having identified the source of addiction. Now, that's for someone that is drinking now. Go into meditative state and ask yourself, what void are you trying to fill? Please note that the void that addiction attaches itself to is a desiring frequency. It's a desiring frequency that leads to a desired reality. So this void that you experience within desire is complementary opposite before the addiction gets the hold of you. So if you feel unlovable, for example, the desire opposite is to be doing everything in order to be loved. Unfortunately, because we are in a physical world, everyone trying to get this complementary opposite from an external instead of from internal. The desired reality or opposite of the void is a frequency or a desired emotional state of mind. To fix this addiction, there are two things that can be done. First thing is to recreate the origin experience. Let's say the experience is that you feel rejected because you say that they wish they never had me. You know, this happened to last born. You were a mistake. And some parents will tell their children that. Can you imagine? You're a mistake. Then this makes you to feel rejected and feel like a burden. Interestingly, the mind does not understand time and cannot distinguish between reality and imagination. These two facts that the mind mean you can recreate a polar opposite. This means you can recreate a polar opposite of that experience. And the mind does not know the difference. So, for example, if the origin of addiction, again, is feeling rejected based on the fact that your parents said, based on what your parents said or said, then you can get into a meditative state when you become relaxed, then recreate this experience, bringing back the exact moment and place the situation where your parents said that same thing. But this time around, replace what they said with a complementary opposite to whatever feeling you are giving, that is giving. So let me give an example. So you have when you begin to have this void of feeling unloved was when parents said, you are a mistake. You feel unlovable and you are not happy because of this. And this can be done for not just for this kind of situation. And this is a traumatic experience. And for every trauma, if you are going to fix it, you have to go back and experience that trauma. And while you are experiencing it, can you see the power of imagination? you now give it a different interpretation. Remember the interpretation you gave it before you are unlovable, right? You now have to give it. This is why you must learn to create narrative for yourself. Am I making sense? Look, if you don't learn to create the story yourself, your story, then society will create the story for you. So create a narrative for yourself. Create a narrative for yourself. Create a narrative for yourself. If you don't create that narrative that make you to feel love, it doesn't change whatever it is they are doing, but it's changing the way you perceive what they said. Am I making sense? The way you perceive what they said, what they said, what they said. Every addiction is filling a void. Is filling a void. Is filling a void. If you don't understand the void that is making you feel, if you don't understand the cause of the void, to be able to reverse engineer it in such a manner that you give yourself a better narrative. A better narrative. So it's just like someone, let's look at I'm looking for other, let's say porn, for example. The person must be able to identify the void. What is the void inside that is trying to fill? Is it loneliness? What is the void inside that is trying to say? If you don't identify the void that is being filled, to be able to give yourself the right narrative and bring yourself to a state of consciousness that will make you to take the right decision. Let me give you an example. So let's say if you don't see your body, let's look at masturbation. If you don't see your body as a temple of God, that's the narrative now. That's the narrative right there. That's the narrative right there. If you don't give yourself that narrative of seeing your body as the temple of God that you don't want to defile, it will be difficult to stop masturbation. Why? Because you have not, first of all, understand this is the temple of God. This is the temple of God. Because it's the temple of God, I'm giving myself a narrative that helps me to be in a state of consciousness that even when I'm taking steps to take away the cues, it's easier for me. Because whenever you put a system in place and you are not able to follow through, it's because you are not yet, like we talk about procrastination, in that state of consciousness. You are not yet in that state of consciousness. Then recreate this experience, bringing back the exact moment, place, and situation where your parents said that thing to you. But this time around, replace what they said with the complementary opposite to whatever. Come inside. The feeling they are giving you. So you need to create a feel of acceptance by your parent. And so instead of what they said, which is, I wish I never had you, you are now seeing them saying, I am glad and grateful I had you. Does that make sense, please? Does that make sense, please? I'm glad, I'm grateful. So you are hearing something else from them. Replace this scenario in your mind in this meditative state until you begin to feel appreciated and cherished. If you do this long enough and well enough, you will no longer be looking for an external drinks or smoke or validation to fill the internal void of rejection. Identify the void. Look, every addiction has a void. If you identify the void that you are trying to fill, it becomes easier to fix the problem. Does that make sense? If you identify the void, so the work we have to do, if you have an addiction you are trying to overcome, is to go and understand, identify the void, identify the void. Now, remember the desire to go outside and fill the void is because you don't know how to fill the void internally. Now you know how to fill internally. Now that you know how to fill internally, the desire to go and seek how to fill it from outside of you begin to decrease. So if you have a void created by feeling of rejection, shame, unworthiness. You need to begin to do practice of polar opposite. This practice of polar opposite of that experience in order to sustain yourself internally. This is the reason why you now have to take meditation very seriously. The time to do those things very seriously. The time to do those things very seriously. The time to do those things very seriously. The more you are able to sustain yourself internally, the less you need anything to sustain yourself externally. Find a way to fill this void, to get that dopamine, the dopamine you are getting. You can get it internally. Look, this is the reason why you must have time for meditation and create that time. And we're going to do some exercise today. This is the time. This is the reason why you must have that time for meditation. It's so critical. It's so important. The more you are able to sustain yourself internally, the less you need externality to sustain yourself. The way you feel in your addiction is how you need to begin to feel right now through this practice that put you in state that your addiction put you. You see that feeling? You want to get it through other means, not through the means that is creating addiction you don't want. This makes you to rely on your addiction less and now getting it internally from a true source rather than from an external source, which is an illusion. Second thing to do is to ensure that you engage the three planes of existence in this process, because you cannot outrun your frequency. So on the spiritual plane, you need to be at peace. 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 You need to be at peace with yourself. Don't kill yourself because of addiction, please. Religion is what makes people to condemn themselves and kill themselves because of their addiction. So some people are not happy. They're not happy because this is what scripture said they should not do, but they are doing it and they can't help themselves because they don't even know what is going on, why they are doing what they are doing, and they are praying and it seems as if nothing is happening and they are frustrated. And sometimes people blame themselves. It's just unfortunate the way, and it's the religion. It's religion. It's religion. If not religion, people are not going to treat themselves that way. Not to say what they are saying is what they are doing to themselves is okay, particularly when it's negative addiction, having to do with sex, porn, and the like. People treat it in a way that they condemn themselves. What they don't know is they are strengthening it. They are empowering it. Empowering it. Empowering it. It will not solve the problem. And that's why addiction persists. This is why addiction persists. This is why addiction persists. This is why addiction persists. Engage the plane of existence. Be at peace with yourself. This means that you need to be at peace before you need to be before you become. You need to be before you become. That means you need to ensure that you don't feel sad, frustrated, angry, irritated, disappointed, depressed when you fall into this addiction. This is because these are the emotions that serve as a glue that stick the entity of addiction to you the more. This emotion actually ensure that these addictions are perpetuated in your life. So you need to be detached from the emotion of sadness. You need to be detached from the emotion of sadness, of frustration, of anger, of irritation, of disappointment, of depression. You must detach yourself from negative emotion that you experience when you partake in your addiction, because they do nothing more for you than to reinforce the consciousness of addiction, the frequency of addiction, and take you deeper subconsciously into addiction. What you do when you feel this emotion is programming your mind even more to continue in that addiction. You need to get into a degree of neutrality where you don't feel bad and you don't feel good, of course, because what you are doing is not okay. What you are doing is not okay, so you don't feel good, but you also don't feel bad. You're being neutral about partaking in that addiction anytime you find yourself in it. When you feel bad and try to fight it, that is resistance. Remember, whatever you resist, whatever you resist, whatever you resist, whatever you resist, whatever you resist. So if you resist it, you're perpetuating the persistence. It's going to persist. Whatever you resist, persist. Whatever you resist, persist. Don't resist it. Don't be angry. Because you are trying to resist it by fighting, by being angry. Whatever you resist, persist. Whatever you resist, persist. Whatever you resist, persist. So be neutral. Of course, you shouldn't be feeling good about it, of course, because it's not something you should be doing. But you shouldn't be feeling bad also, because you're not going to solve it. That's not the solution to it. As I close, you need a degree of neutrality. When you feel bad and trying to fight it, that is resistance. And resistance creates persistence. Resistance creates persistence. Whatever you resist persists. Resistance creates persistence. Because whatever you resist persists. Just ensure that you get into a state that what you just did in addiction dies, not to bother you at all. Because what you're also doing is what is empowering and strengthening, you are taking it away. Am I making sense? Remember the sadness, that emotion, empower it. It's like a fuel and food to it. Now you are taking it away. You are weakening it. You are weakening that neural connection. You're 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 weakening that neural connection. So you need to dissociate yourself. Sorry. So you need to ensure that you don't identify as an addict. And so you don't see yourself as being addicted. You need to dissociate yourself from an individual that is addicted by beginning to think like and feel like someone that is not addicted. Can you see the mental state? And this is the mental cause. That's why I say you have to be in that state of consciousness. So rather than focusing your attention on how will this thing stop now? How will I even overcome that? You are focused. Have you heard this? Attention is alignment. Can you say it? Can you say it? Can you say it? If you focus your attention on it, worry about it, thinking about it, you're aligning with it. You focus your attention on it, thinking about it, worrying about it, feeling sad about it, you're aligning with it. You're aligning with it. Its addiction will not stop. The addiction will not stop. The addiction will not stop. If you want to stop it, focus your attention on what you want. What do you want? You want to visualize yourself free from that addiction. You are worshiping God, thanking God, happy that you are free, even though it happened yesterday night. Even though it happened yesterday night. Don't focus on what the addiction wants you to focus on, because you are empowering it more. People are suffering in silence, suffering because of ignorance of the implication of what they are doing. And unfortunately, some addiction people have, they can't talk about it because we're in a society that judge too much. Very hypocritical society that judge so much and make people to die in silence. So begin to give gratitude to God that you are free from the addiction. Create an emotion that become a frequency that leads your desired reality of freedom from addiction. Then begin to think like someone that is free from addiction. And this reinforces the frequency of freedom from addiction. If you are not free from addiction in your mind, you will not be free from addiction physically. If you're not free from addiction in your mind, you'll not be free from addiction physically. So the job is to work towards being free of addiction in your mind. And you can only then become free from addiction physically. Yes, I know we probably have a lot of questions. I already see the hand of Faith there. If you have questions, you can begin to indicate now. We'll be going to the conversation now. I finished early because I want us to have a lot of conversation on this. Yes, Faith, go ahead. Oh, I've answered your question. Fantastic, fantastic. All right, any question? Yes, go ahead. Yes, what's the name? No, sorry, a lot of us we only see on virtual. The iPhone is not around. Yeah, I know her very well. She's not around. She's online. She's not. Favor. I hope you are coming. Favor after say you're close by or you're not here. The other favor, iPhone favor. iPhone favor. People are asking for you. Sorry, remind me of your name. Toby, yes. Please, remind me of your name. Okay, okay, yes, your name. Eh? Okay, I'm not sure I know you. You've joined online, Abby? Okay. What's your name? John. Okay, John. Yes, what's your name? Kenny. Eh? Okay, it's Gabriel. Sorry, what's the name, please? Gabriel and name? Jeremiah. Okay, go ahead, Gabriel. I think from where okay. For somebody perhaps who lost somebody that is very dear to. Okay. And the emotion is deep-seated. No, you cry now. You cry it out. You cry it out. For 2 days, be fighting. We should not fight and run. Like, we should not we should dissociate from something that will bring the memory. That could bring which memory? Like the memory of, I'm connecting it with addiction now because it's talking about. Okay, because I'm a bit confused. Okay, go ahead. So in that case, is it that somebody disengaged totally? No, you mean from someone that's lost someone? Disengaged from the memory. No, it's the way you think about the memory now. For example, if the person is a believer, you should be thanking God and visualizing him in heaven with God. You can create, our memory is very powerful. You begin to imagine yourself with him in future. The reason why you must live right so you can go and meet him in future. And the Father is with Christ. Those are the good memories you should be thinking, not thinking of. Do you understand? That the person is let me tell you. Look. It's not the incident that happened. Okay, always happy. I've seen your hand. I will call you later. It's not the incident that happened. The real issue is the way you think about the incident. This life, God has made it such a way that we have control about a lot of things around us. It's not the issue. The issue that happened is not the issue. The issue is the way I see the issue. The issue is the way I see the issue. Yes. Mercy, I've seen your hand. I'll come to you also. Go ahead. Yes. Okay, give me an example. If you can give me an example, it will help. Mm-hmm. Just like an example. And now as an adult, it has kind of shaped your life. Yeah. It's already part of you. Yes. Other people perceive. Yes. And maybe in certain places or certain workplaces, that coping mechanism. No. So let's identify that coping mechanism. What is that character? If you can identify it, will help to fix it. Mm-hmm. There's always you always wanted to be strong. Wanted to be strong. Like you are the head, big head or something like that. And maybe you want to be strong. Strong. What are you fighting that you need to be strong? A leadership in what sense? What are you? I was thinking of that, but I didn't want to assume. First of that syndrome, okay. Yes. So how does it now translate in the place of work? We want to be first daughter in place of work. Go ahead. Is it that I make the person bossy? Okay.
And there's this expectation that you are the end, you're supposed to be the end. Everything you do is what the others are looking at. So you have grown up or you have grown up to be strong, even though at this age you just try to get to know everybody knows you are strong or something like that. So you still try to, even this is my house, this is where I belong. Let me not show this strong side of me. Let's see the other side.
Oh, that wrong side. I still don't get that wrong side. I think that's the.
I say like weakness.
What's the weakness? What's the weakness? What's that weakness? What is the weakness? I'm trying to fix the problem, and if I'm making the recommendation, I want to be clear of what the problem is, so that I won't be making wrong diagnosis. Okay.
And first of all, your first son.
Yes.
You are the head, the first child of the family.
Yes.
Yes.
Like
second child.
Yes.
That kind of scenario.
Yes.
You are expected to show characteristics that the others becoming after you.
Good characteristics,
yes.
Leadership, yeah.
And maybe there was no, there's no somebody, there was not an individual
that you are looking up to.
That kind of thing.
Okay.
So you shall manage and do everything, you grow up and everything. So in that you're growing up, you grew up in a certain way whereby outside they know you as
they know you as what?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
They know you as what? Okay, perfect human being, okay.
The one that does not have problems, that's because your environment has shaped you into that kind of scenario. Then you coming back to that your environment, you decide that if outside everybody expects me to be strong. Me being inside, I should be able to be who I am. Like know me for who I am, not just see me in that position that I am.
Okay. Oh, in the house.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the question now?
She has been around herself that she's supposed to be strong. Now she has formed this, like it's more of an artist outside, and people are trying, even those that don't know as maybe a first child or
and so what can I say that? So what does that coping mechanism make him or her to do that is not in good light or that is seen in bad light? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
And I'm more dependent on yourself.
Okay, independent. Okay, is that a problem? Is that a problem for anybody that you're independent? Okay, maybe Blessing can help. Blessing, yeah. Okay.
She doesn't put herself. She always puts other people first.
For herself. Okay.
And sometimes it affects her because I'm very close to her. That's how I know. She will do some other things, but the other way around is always different. And most times when she's with me, like, I have to build that environment that be yourself, don't act like.
Okay, yeah, so that she can be able to
bring out that emotions.
Okay.
Because if it's from first to that syndrome, we have this mentality that I'm always supposed to be strong, even when something is down. I don't need to show it.
Okay.
Strong, so I can.
So if I'm still not seeing the problem.
So the problem there is most of the time they go through a lot
and
but they don't know how to open up.
Oh.
Because of the views that I'm not.
First of all, they need to understand. So I understand now. I understand how you arrive at that. But first of all, they need to understand. The person needs to understand life first. If you understand, just basic understanding of life will help you. Understanding life in the sense that you know that you can't give what you don't have. It's only he that is well that can donate blood. So if I'm donating blood, I'm not well, I'm on the road to die. If I understand life from that perspective, it will be easier to fix that problem. And it doesn't matter who else is God. It's only that is well that can donate blood. So if someone feels I'm weak or because I'm not able to do something, you need to get to that point in your life that the way you live is not based on what people say. People, if you do well, they will talk. If you don't do well, they will talk. I hope you are aware of that. So you can't even allow that to be an issue for you at all. But you need to get to a point where you realize that, because that also is challenging for some people to realize. Some people didn't realize it early. In fact, what this thing you say, Do you know some of those first daughters or sons are now regretting in future? It's not because of you people. I didn't do anything for myself. And see, I've not done anything for myself in life. Or that's why when I see young person telling me I need to take care of my young ones, it disgusts me. It disgusts me seriously. I'm telling you. Are you the one that brought them into this life? Are you their parent? You can support your siblings if it's not your responsibility. If you don't understand that, you will kill yourself. You kill yourself. You cannot look, you are carrying on responsibility, you are growing your life. You have not even stand. You are already carrying responsibility. You will never stand now. Build, have enough so that you can take care of them well. But if you don't have enough, you are not even building anything. If you lose that job, you'll be in trouble. Grow yourself, build assets, have passive income generating that even if you are not working, you can support them. Not that you make 100,000, your expense is about maybe 40,000. Your living expense. You can't save 20,000. You can't save 20,000 because you have to take care of people. If you lose the job, let me tell you, if you lose the job, they will survive. I hope you know. Okay. They will survive. They will survive. It's just a good mentality. You are not the parent. You can support, not easy support, not support. But you are not the parent. Let that sing first. Because you are not the parent, you can't take care of their needs. You can only support as much as you can. Let that be clear. If you are not very decisive that way, you will do what is not your responsibility and you regret it. Because at the end of the day, it will be difficult for you to be able to become strong yourself. So when people are telling me that you can't, I must say first son, you can't, don't try to do what is not your responsibility. If you have enough, why not? You should. You can, but you must not. Why? Because they are not your responsibility. The people that brought them into the world is their responsibility. Now, if you are now an orphan, I can understand. I can understand. Why? Because there's no other person that can help. Maybe what you can now do is to see how you can get them also to begin to earn something as soon as possible. So they can help themselves the way you are helping yourself. After that, you're not helping yourself. Let them help themselves also. Train them to help themselves. Rather than want to carry all the load because you really cannot carry all the load. You can't. If you do, and they rely on you, you'll be shocked. The same people, I've seen people, this same person, he took care of the siblings. He could not go to school, send them to school. They are now very comfortable. They forgot him because they are married. They also have responsibility. They also have responsibility. What are you talking about? Oh, man for himself, God for all of us. I'm serious. Don't carry, if you can afford it, do it. But if you cannot, don't try to be macho. Someone said, I think it was Pastor Sam that said, you are not El Shaddai, else thou shalt die. Kill yourself. I'm serious, because sometimes we try to play God. We try to play God. I have budget for benevolence every month. Okay, I have a boy I support. He's back at home. He chatted me. Monthly contributions, monthly support, sir. I said, I call your mom now. You're home. My support is for school, not for home. When you get back to school, let me know. Yes, now. I'm supporting you in school, not at home. You're at home. What do you need? There is food, there is house. What are you looking for? When you're back in school, hey, I'm supporting in school. In school, we are green. I'm not your home. Am I your parent? I chatted him. He's for school, not for himself. Okay, sir. Then, it's okay. I'm okay. No wahala. No wahala. No wahala. But I have a budget. I have a budget. I'm serious. I have a budget. And if you are not in my budget, forget to. If that is not emergency, you are wasting your time. I'll tell you. Some of them, I'll tell them, it's your parent that's supposed to pay this rent. Okay. Calculate my monthly support for you. How many months will you pay this rent? 3 months. Okay, go ahead. Go and borrow. I'll pay you over 3 months. Go and borrow. Go and borrow. If I'm going to pay you now, go and borrow. I'll pay you. Tell the person I'll pay them. Instead of paying you over 3 months, I'll pay you at the end of the month. Pay you ahead. Go and borrow. So they go and borrow. I'll pay a month. When I now pay at the end of the month, for next 3 months, you're going to ask me for money. You're not going to ask me because I have budget and there are other people. So you're not the only one. So that yourself. And I'm trying to teach them responsibility because then they are also becoming responsible, trying to do stuff for themselves so that they can also support themselves while you're in school.
Then they will send you.
So they won't what?
Send you.
You sent me why? For
when you help people completely and then they are not successful and then you now place demand on them.
No, me, I don't even,
like when you, as against the expectation of when you help somebody completely and think that, oh, because of this, they should be nice with you. Because you make their life 100%, instead of them being fully grateful, they would have a level of resentment in that they owe you.
Okay, yeah.
Responsibility on them, they will have it that we're the only ones, so they won't feel.
Exactly. You don't know. I'm not even indebted to me at all. I'm living my life in a way that if I don't work, I can take care of myself by old age. I've already fully preparing that right now. I mentioned this 2 years ago, and some people did it, but some people did not do it. That if you are working, you should do life insurance. The life insurance is not because you want to die. It's because it's a savings scheme that at some age, if you choose not to work again, you can be earning enough to take care of all your bill every month. And you are it's a plan now. At that year, they will start crediting you now. You don't need to collect, They will start crediting you. It's already predetermined.
So you choose a death date.
It's not a death date, it's a maturity. If the person died, there is now a lump sum they will pay the family. If the person died. But this is like a savings for the future. It's like, I won't call it pension, but it's like saving for the before you determine how much you want. And they will not calculate based on your age and the number of years. They calculate and tell you how much you pay every year. And just contribute. You understand? So what I say is that I'm already doing that for myself, so I'm not relying on anybody. Do you understand? But if you do, I don't have any issue with that. I don't have a problem with receiving gifts. But I'm saying all that to say that do not play God. Do not play God. Sorry, let me take some questions from online. Please, sir. Someone said, talking about this addiction, I know some persons that are into porn, drinking, smoking, and masturbation. They have tried coming out, but it seems impossible to them. Can we also say that power? No, please don't bring that power in, please. Immediately you bring that power in, you bring demons, Satan, devil in, you throw your hand into the wind that you are helpless. And that's not true. Please, Victoria, don't even go there. Don't go there. That's not the problem. They can fix it. They've not just met the kind of person that can help them fix it. That's the problem. They've not met the person that can help them fix it. They have been trying to do it by themselves, and they have been doing it the wrong way. Victoria, I hope I answer your question. Victoria, confirm I can answer your question. Yes, I saw Always Happy. I like your name. Oh. Ask your question. What's your real name? Is it only about your real name or?
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone.
Yes.
My real name is Happiness.
Okay, Happiness. Oh, okay, yes, I like that. Always Happy.
Yes, you tried calling yesterday, but the network was just throwing me out, and out, because I was connecting from the north.
Okay.
Sir, thank you. I really appreciate for this program, especially this addiction. My question, I don't know if it's a question or if it's for you to just assist me. I'm the kind of person that I remember then some years back, maybe when I feel bored, I will just have to decide to watch movie. I might collect like how many movie, and I will make sure I watch everything finish to the end. To the extent that if the battery is even remaining 1%. But I said, no, this is really taking parts of me. So I was like, okay, can I put this energy into reading?
Yeah.
So I have to divert that energy into reading. But I noticed that I have so many ebooks on my phone, but I can't boast of me finishing a book.
Okay.
So,
No, leave the finishing. Are you reading? That's what's important.
I'm reading, but I'm not finishing. That is the issue.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry. You don't need to. But I will buy a book, there's something you have to finish it. I bought a $10 book. I've not finished it. It's still there. Yes, now. I've not finished, but I'll read it little by little. Now I have the book. I have different books I bought that I've not finished reading. I have some I've not even touched. I have some I've finished. I have some I've read again. I mean, the different. So don't bother yourself. Just what is important is that habit of reading is critical. That you don't finish is not a problem at all.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I was looking at it. Is it an addiction or is
No,
it?
no. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. The reading is what is important. It's not the fact that you didn't finish it. The reading is what is important. Because reading a book might just mean one or two information you need in the book. You don't need all the information in the book. You don't need to finish. That's why some people finish book they can finish a book. That's why I like this 15 minutes, 30 minutes book that they compress. So you just get information. You don't need to read the whole book. There's a lot of story inside. You don't need all the story. You just the principle you can apply. Do you understand? You don't need, what is important is that you are reading. That's what is important. Because what reading does is any new knowledge you achieve, you acquire, form a new synaptic connection in your mind. And that is necessary for growth. That's necessary for growth. That's what is important for you. Do you understand?
Okay, sir, I do. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, Mercy. Is Mercy still here? I can't see her.
Yes, I'm still here. Good
Please go ahead.
afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Okay, what I have is a question.
Yes, go
So
ahead.
you established that addiction is primarily that cycle is initiated when there's like a void,
Yeah.
and in an attempt to fill that void, we come up with habits that find it hard to break, right? So the example that you made, for example, someone who is struggling with rejection and self-acceptance, and is constantly told by his or her parents that they're a mistake and all of that. So you said what they should do is they should visualize, they should first of all identify where that problem is coming from, and then analyze those scenarios, and instead of recalling those hurtful things that their parents said, they should replace that with positive things, right?
From their parents.
Through imagination, right?
Yes.
So I'm just thinking, like, isn't that like self-deceit? It's like your decision.
It's not self-deceit. It's not self-deceit. It's not self-deceit. Were you around when I read the scripture during the first session? But with an open face, beholding as in a glass, the glory of the Lord, are changed to the same image from glory to glory. You must, whatever you behold, you become. Whatever you behold, you become. Whatever you behold, you become. You must learn to change your narrative. It's not self-deceit. In fact, you can call it deceiving your brain. You are deceiving your brain so your brain can think correctly. So if you call it self-deceit, I want to call it mental deceit. You are deceiving your brain because what is making you feel bad is because of what you heard, and it's your brain also. So you are now trying to get the brain to reverse what the brain heard so that the brain can now process that information correctly. Do you understand? So it's not self you are deceiving, it's your brain, because it's the way it's thinking about that information that you're trying to correct. I don't know if that answers your question.
I get, but like, what if, does it mean that, so what if that person is still like in that environment? Like, like our environment also has a way of, like affecting us. That's if you let it.
If I let environment, that's the reason why you need this. Because this is what will help you to be able to counter it every time. If someone is saying that every time, if you do this regularly, you are going to easily counter it and remain at a zone where you are not feeling terrible, sad, unhappy because of those things. So this is why you need that thing, because you are even in that environment. That's the more reason why this is necessary for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And as soon as you get to that, even when you get to that environment, the memory is still there. So this is necessary to ensure, any memory you have, you will never, unless you have amnesia, you will never lose it. It will only relegate to the background. It will only just go back. That's why people who are ex and separated, after a long time, when they see themselves again, you know what happened? The memory. That's why people cheat a lot on their ex. The memory. They're married though, but cheating on their ex because they did what they're not supposed to do before marriage. So the memory was created in their mind. That memory, it will come back when you see that person exactly. So that's why leaving that environment will not solve the problem. As long as you can remember, But this will now help you to create a different narrative, amplified to suppress this one. This one is suppressed. It's still there, but it will be suppressed, such that it doesn't affect you as the way it used to affect you again.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Someone said, "Thank for the teaching. You have explained how the individual is willing to come out of it. However, how can one help acquaintance come out of addiction, even if it seems the person is denying the fact that I'm not wanting to?" Look, anybody that doesn't want to be helped, you can't help. Boluwaji, you can't help. The person is denying. If it seems the person is denying the fact that not wanting people to know, if it's a person that you want to help, must first of all accept you need help. Immediately, it's like, how do you treat someone that doesn't want to go to a doctor in the hospital? Even if you bring doctor to the house, if you give him the drug, he will throw the drug away because he's not interested. So, Boluwaji, I don't think you can help. Don't try to help someone that doesn't want to be helped. Now, this is another thing I want to say. Please stop wasting your energy to help people that doesn't need your help. Don't waste. Why are you worrying? Why are you wasting your energy? Someone doesn't need your help. You are worrying about helping. He doesn't need your help. Leave him. You know what? You don't exactly. There are people that need that help. Deploy that energy to them. You feel what? You are the one feeling it. Guilt. Do you know? Hold on. Do you know guilt is based on your history?
Yes.
Guilt is based on your history. There are things you feel guilty about, someone that doesn't feel guilty about. It's your history that interpret that this thing is bad if I don't do it. Says who? Says your history. Says your history. So it's not you saying it, it's your history saying it, that this is what you should do. If you don't grow up in that environment, you won't see it that way. So guilt is not real. It's based on your history. So don't feel guilty. And the fact you feel guilty about something does something. Thank you. Does not validate it. Your guilt does not validate it. Do you understand? That you feel guilty about something does not validate it. You better remove that guilt and look at it critically and see if it's something you need to do or something you don't need to do. Sir, what if the person is very close acquaintance and it's very difficult to look away? So how do you help the person when the person doesn't want to be helped? Until the person want to be helped, you can't look away. But the person does not want to be helped. So how do you do it? Look, I don't worry my life about adults. Adults, when you are 18 and you're around me, I allow you to live your life the way you choose. You know why? The social justice system says, as 18 years and as 80 years, if you commit a crime, you stay in the same jail. So you're an adult, as far as the social justice system is concerned. So if you don't know how to live at that level, there's nothing, you will live your life easy, freely. But you also deal with the consequences of your action. Maybe that will make you to learn. So there's no point I didn't worry myself about an adult at all. It's an adult, either a girl or a boy. It's an adult. 18 years, it's an adult. He can live his life. If he still doesn't know how to live, life will teach him. Only that to be a very hard way. And if he won't learn easily, he will learn in the hard way. If he does want, let him go ahead and do it. So please don't let us worry ourselves about adults around us who doesn't need it. Sometimes it's not their fault. For whatever reason, they are not able to. So this person, maybe you talk to him, I don't know, Boluwaji, keep appealing and see if the person will change. When you need help, then it will be easier. Someone said, you mentioned what you resist persists. Please, can you explain this concept? I think there is a Bible verse that say, no, Francis, that means you were not listening yesterday. Go and listen to the session of yesterday. Someone asked that question yesterday. I won't repeat the answer. We have so much to discuss today, Francis. The session yesterday was about 12 videos. I've uploaded all of them on YouTube before I slept yesterday night. So go. They have a playlist on the YouTube channel. Go and go through it, please. And share with your friends. Francis, do you understand? Yes. I need you to talk more about. Yes, go ahead. Pray for person that to change his act, change his mind. To change, I didn't get that. My recommendation. No, talk to that. What I mean is, he need help. Let's see if you can persuade him to accept that he need help. If you persuade him yourself, then we help. If you persuade him and he's still not agreeing, you leave him now. Pray. Oh no, you are. Do you have anything to lose praying for him? You don't have anything to lose now. God will touch his heart for him too. I'm serious. You don't have anything to lose praying for him. I'm just, And the person is still not. No, you're not getting it. The person does see the consequence. Life, you're not getting it. When you see consequence, you will know you see consequence. What are you talking about? He's not seeing consequence yet. When you see consequence, you will know this consequence, and you will change immediately. Let me give you an example. I have a mentor. Sorry, I've been sitting down for long. I want to spread my leg. I have a mentor. He said he has a way of when you have a child that is stubborn, even though there's no such thing as a stubborn child, they are only ignorant brain. But if you say he's stubborn as in he doesn't listen to instructions and he's always becoming an adult. You tell the parent to send him to him. When he's sending to him, he will take the person to about 4 places. You first of all go to a cemetery, you talk to him in cemetery. He will go to a mortuary, talk to him in the mortuary. You go to a hospital, talk to him in a hospital. You go to a prison, you talk to him in the prison. And then you go to a fantastic hotel and take lunch together. And then we send him back to child will be changed. You only ever pay the strings. When he finished talking to him, you have not seen life, don't misbehave now. Don't share. Not seen life. You have seen life, don't misbehave. Who are you? The teenager just misbehaving and going up and down. If you see life, you realize that if you call like this is where you're going. You have this is where you're going. Keep his behavior. He said, when the child get home, he will be so sober, The parent will say, you know, your mama of you. Why did you do my child? Why did you do my child? Why is it not behaving like this? What have you done to my child? Oh, what have you done to my child? He has changed drastically. That experience is an emotional experience. And it creates an emotional, a traumatic experience, but it's a positive one.
Yeah.
That make them to make that
decision. Here is information.
Information, exactly. To guide their actions. So that remain in the memory that look, I can't continue like this. I can't continue. I must behave. You know, because so what they say is that people can change if circumstances that will make them to change happen. Do you understand? So that person have not seen challenges. They have not seen issues. I'm serious. If you see it, you will know now. He will do something about it. Because, yes, now, exactly, survivor. You do something about it. So if you're not doing it, just be sure it's not. It's unfortunate. You have people around us like that. But I just ignore. I don't bother. Because look, I like my peace. So man worry about you, not do what you're supposed to do. I want to be at peace. I need my peace. So worrying about you that you are misbehaving, no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because I need that peace. Okay. Francis, have you heard my response? Yes. Let me hear from those online. More question, please. Favor, what have you learned this morning? Favor Atase, what have you learned today? We'll go on break by one. They are bringing that meal by one, Abi. Okay. See, David. David is not here. Maybe he's in the market. Favor. Okay, Favor is not there. Emmanuel, good afternoon. Emmanuel. Okay. Ezekiel Victoria, I've answered your question, right? Can you hear me online? What's that?
Sir?
Eh?
Yes, we can, sir.
Okay, you know that is Grant, Abi. Yes. Go ahead. Favor iPhone, go ahead. Favor iPhone, are you there? Favor. Okay, Francis, I said we already answered that question yesterday. So listen to the session we had yesterday. Unfortunately, I don't know which of the sessions serve because there are about 11 of them. So, but you might have to listen to it again. I can't remember. But if I have time, second session, Abby. So someone says it's the second session yesterday that we talk about that, what you resist persist. Okay. I can't hear from people online. Oh, I hope you can hear me. I don't know why nobody is responding. Yeah, who wants to go ahead, please? I can see your mute.
All right. Thank you for the session.
Yeah.
I'm trying to reconcile what you have said.
Okay.
As regards addiction.
Yes.
There's once there's an addiction, you should not feel sad about it, or you should be neutral about it.
Yes.
And change your frequency and find a way out of it.
Yeah.
When the light of I was looking at the scriptures that said, "Godly sorrow worketh repentance." How do we reconcile?
God what?
Godly sorrow worketh repentance.
Okay.
How do we reconcile?
A godly sorrow worketh repentance. That means being sorrowful should make you to change, but you have not changed now.
I'm not saying that. Is it?
No, I'm saying that it's supposed to be, but it's not happening because it's a behavioral issue.
Okay.
You can't pray away what you behave yourself in. People must get that. It's like praying to become a pilot, and you didn't go to aviation school, and you want to be a pilot by praying. Are you going to enter that plane?
Okay.
You're not answering, no. You cannot pray away what you behave yourself into. Okay. It's a behavioral issue.
I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Temitope, I saw you unmuted yourself.
All right. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah,
good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for this section.
Yeah.
What I learned began from your key introduction. I'm talking about we choosing our addiction.
Yeah.
That we all addiction, and the word addiction in itself does not necessarily mean evil. So it's only the action that defines whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
And also true freedom is we being able to choose our
slavery. My addiction, yeah, that's true freedom.
So I really captured that, and in the beginning of the year, what I'm reconciling in mind is how that I will yield myself to the things I want through discipline and conforming to them regardless the distraction or whatsoever. And like you said what we resist persists. And while I was meditating on that, reflecting on myself, and you were still talking, then I understand that what we allow is what we continue.
Yes.
So whatever we don't allow cannot continue. It's what we give. And you said something about should we have addictions? They might not necessarily be evil, but they tend to make us not productive, like not being able to manage time or majoring on the or minoring on the major.
Yeah.
I got to understand when you said that we should feed. The only way we can kill an addiction is to starve it of what gives it energy.
What sustains it.
Exactly. So linking this to procrastination, where we came from, I can relate areas of my life where procrastination had happened.
I really want to keep that procrastination this year. I feel it's dragging a lot of us down.
Yeah, it really became. Yeah, it's really an addiction to certain things allow procrastination to persist for a long time, such that it became an habit and looks like laziness. Like you said, no one is lazy from the first section. So I was just tying the knot and I'm beginning to read myself through the things you voiced, and I'm really grateful. I'm still going over it. I think I would love to listen to this audio tape. Even
it'll be available. No worry, be available later today or tomorrow.
All right. God bless you, sir. Thank you. I'm really grateful.
Thank you. So you explained that addiction has spiritual, mental, and physical dimension. Hence, I think prayer can. No. It's not When I say spiritual, I'm talking about the fact that you exist on spiritual plane, and addiction happens physically, but the source is mental. When I say spiritual, look, when I say spiritual, spiritual just means something unseen. We always spiritual. When you say something spiritual, it just basically mean what is unseen, and it's important we define that so that we don't go and be praying. But people have prayed about these things, and people that are addicted will tell you prayer is not solving their problem. And I've just explained to you why prayer is not solving that problem. Not because prayer is not effective, but you are using the wrong solution to solve. You are using the wrong key for the door. Use the right key to open the door. I don't know if that answer was the name Buluwaji's question. The prayer of that person is to find solution, not to be praying that addiction should stop. Addiction will not stop because you pray, but praying to find solution, find books, find people, find opportunity to be able to learn how to fix it. That should be the prayer, not the prayer that you should stop. Does that answer the question, Buluwaji? All right. Uche, you said you'll be here today, or you are not here, even though your house is down the road. Uche, let me harass you small. Maybe it's not even online itself. Okay, yes. Emmanuel, go ahead. I was calling you before, but I didn't hear from you.
All right, sir. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, all right, sir. I don't have a question, but I must just appreciate you for what you have been doing. Like, it has really shifted a lot of perspective and beliefs.
Fantastic.
Before, especially part of when we sing a prayer is the master key.
Well, I didn't get that. Why did you even get? You know there are so many songs we sing that is not scriptural. The Bible does not say prayer is the master key. We are the one that say prayer is the master key.
And I love the aspect of you distinguishing the part of when it's dealing with addiction. Many people just say, like okay, they are doing the person.
So how on earth do you even say addiction is Ishiaye? We like spiritualizing things when we are instead of looking for solution. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I think sometimes it's tied to this Yoruba culture. They will say that when someone has maybe a character flaw, they say that is a be affiché. That's the Yoruba. They say.
Okay, I'm affiché now.
Thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for the session, sir. I'll make sure I listen to everything. I've checked YouTube and I saw that the one for yesterday has been.
On YouTube.
I'll make sure I even share them with a lot of people.
Please,
thank you so much, sir.
Please, I want us to grow the channel this year so we can get more people to join on Sunday evening. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you, sir.
I hope you guys are subscribed to the YouTube. How many of you don't? Okay, some of you don't know the YouTube, Abby. Those that don't know, Grant, can you drop the link on the WhatsApp? Those of us here, we're all on the WhatsApp group. All of us here. Who is not on the WhatsApp group? Okay, so and you are here physically. Okay, what you will do? This is what you will do. Write your number. Can you get me? Write your number. We'll add it to the group and then send the link to you. Drop your number. You have the paper there now. Write yours and pass it. Write yours and pass it. Okay. Uche is not responding. Victoria Oladipo. Emmanuel, that's your sister, right? She's not responding also. Toluwanimi.
No, that's my mom.
Oh, okay. Toluwanimi. Okay.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, sir.
Yes. How was the session for you and what did you learn?
I actually learned like new things. It's very rare to hear from somebody that addictions are not like spiritually based. Like
hold on.
You always like
hold
whenever
on,
you
please, hold on. Hold on. Where did we get the concept that addiction is spiritually based? That's where is it coming from? Addiction is a behavioral issue now. It's a you need to understand your nervous system. You need to understand your nervous system sincerely. If you don't understand your nervous system, you just mess up yourself and the way we think. If a person have a medical background and believe addiction, when you can explain the physiology of addiction and you can explain it in medicine, If he's a medical person, you still believe is spiritual, that's making someone to be addicted, then something is wrong. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, so as I was saying, it opened my eyes to like a lot of things. Why you can be able to explain certain people's behaviors, why they behave certain ways. So not just like ascribe certain issues to just spiritual things alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Benita, good afternoon. Benita, are you there?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
I'm Victoria, not Benita talking now.
Okay, Victoria. Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay.
I just want to appreciate God in your life.
Thank you,
You've been
ma'am.
source of inspiration to my family,
Thank
my
you.
children, your senator.
Sorry.
He has really brought us in. And for me, it's been period of learning, relearning, and unlearning. I really thank you. I pray that this year, God will help you.
Thank you,
To
ma'am.
really
Thank you very much.
help more
Thank
in
you
our
very much.
life, because I'm beginning to enjoy all the series. I'm going back to listen to those you've done in the
Okay, last year.
yesteryears,
Okay.
even beyond last year.
Okay, before last year, are you serious? All
Thank you
right.
very much.
Thank you, ma. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Ola. Ola. Ola, are you there? Okay, Ola is not there. Who else? Favor. The two Favor, I've not heard from you. Are you back now?
Good afternoon, sir. Actually, I'm here or something like that. So that's why I can't talk much. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Hello?
you.
Yes, sir. But I'll be able to gain one or two things from the class.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. Maybe after my family function, I'll
Okay, you have a
talk
family
more.
function. Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
All right. Yes, the two Favor. I thought one of them spoke just now. All right. Okay, it seems as if a number of people online are not. Femi Froze, G Wing. Okay, you know Frenzy Froze. You know him, Abi? G Wing. A number of people that are not talking. I don't know what the problem is. Although some other people have spoken. Yes. Okay, so let me come back here. Yes. Sorry, hold on. Yes, good afternoon. Femi, yes, go ahead.
So this is my first time talking.
Oh, okay. Because I remember calling you yesterday. You didn't talk.
Yes. Thank you for the section. It was also powerful.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
What stood out for me is that we should not kill ourselves because of addiction, because nowadays I really about suicidal stuff or people that I know. I don't really know what caused it, whether it's because of addiction and all that. And people suffer because of ignorance.
Yeah. That's one of the biggest tools in the hand of the devil, ignorance. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, go ahead with your question. Yeah. Focus attention on your freedom. No. So what he wants to first of all do is to be in a state of consciousness of freedom. When it's in that state of consciousness of freedom, then there are cues. I mentioned there are cues. Any action you want to take, the action to take to fix addiction is to take away the cues. So that's what I do counseling for people on addiction. And the first thing I want to know is anytime this happens, where are you? what are you doing? Are you with someone? Are you in your room? Are you by yourself? Are you with? If you are able to identify the cues, it's easier to take away the cues. The discipline to do it regularly will happen when you are in the state of consciousness. Remember, frequency first, action after. When you're in that state of consciousness, you will be encouraged, you want to do that thing, to stay away from anything that will make that to happen. So, for example, you might be online. That means you might need to unfollow some people. Because the reason you see some things in your timeline is also the kind of people you are following. Unfollow some people, unfriend some people, so that when you go online, you don't even get to see things that will make you to go and be checking what you don't want to check. You understand that kind of thing? So is that consciousness. Sometimes you'll be checking some things. Facebook will tell you, do you like this or you don't want this? You say you don't want this. If you say you don't want it, it won't be showing you again. So you can go to all the things you don't want. So you can decide what you want to be seeing online, both on Twitter, on Instagram, wherever it is, because of the kind of people you are following and the kind of things you're saying. That decision is easier when you're in a state of consciousness. When you're in that state of consciousness, you won't be able to take that decision because there's no discipline to take it. You are not compelled to take it. That compulsion comes when you're able to do this. Yeah. Yes. Any other question here? Okay. We still have a little time, and I want to know what you've learned. So let me start from Ekene. What did you learn?
Okay. All right. Should I say I've been learning? I realized.
Okay. Go ahead.
And although it started about 2 months ago, I'm in the realization because I have been struggling with an addiction for quite a while. And I started realizing these things you were saying.
Okay.
Right. 2 months ago, I think from November.
Okay.
November, December. And while you were talking, I began to see it clearly.
Good.
Clearly. Okay. Number one, first I tracked and picked out the void.
Fantastic. If you don't fix that void, if you identify that void, it will be a big issue. Go ahead.
But when I tracked and I've fixed the void.
Okay.
Yeah, and now I need to, and yes, also number two, also like I said, within that 2 months, last 2 months till now, I have also fixed a new narrative.
Okay.
This is
right.
So I also fixed this narrative that should come up, that should continually reinforce.
Yes.
Okay, so now the third thing I need to now do is to consistently through meditation begin to fill the void and sustain.
Yeah, we're going to do a lot. We're going to the next session we're going on is on breath work and meditation, and I'm going to be doing some demonstration, and we're all going to meditate today. We're all going to meditate today. I know some of you have not been doing it. What's that? You need to practice it and get used to it. We're going to do it today. And those online, I won't be able to see you, but you will see me. So you see the way I'm doing it. I will open my video. You will see me, you see the way I'm doing it. Those are online, but we're going to do that today. We're going to do that today. But I will follow for education on breath work so you understand the science of breath work before we begin to implement it. Thank you. Yes, Daniel. Okay, you've not finished. Yeah, go ahead, Daniel.
Like when you are addicted, was quite people like anything about prayer, like our church. So what I learned is that if you are addicted, instead of you looking for like pray, like talking to God, like so that to look as if you know, like as if the thought is not from you. But what I learned is that instead of cannot pray our way out of it, that we show our behavior. Our behavior is what we report.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Toby.
From the lesson today is centered around not also spiritualizing.
Yeah.
Also being able to. So I was also counseling some just from last week. So when person was talking about. I didn't really put it in this way.
Okay.
So, but I had to ask questions too, like, because the person was like, TikTok, when it's on TikTok, that's where that source comes.
Exactly. So that's the key right there. That's the key right there. Is if you able to identify the cue, because then you need to take that cue away. Go ahead.
So wait.
Sorry, hold on, please. Femsi said, can addiction be overcome by self-discipline? Atasio, what do you mean? You mean the question? Can addiction be overcome by self-discipline? Frequency force action after. Frequency force action after. You cannot outrun your frequency. If you are in the frequency of addiction, discipline cannot help you. If you are in the frequency of addiction, discipline cannot help you. You need to, first of all, be in the frequency of freedom for addiction for discipline to help you. Taking action without being in the consciousness. Taking action. If you're not in the consciousness of the state you want to manifest, of the direction you want to manifest, a waste of time, because you won't be able to sustain it. That's why it's difficult to sustain going to gym. Every January, everybody is wise. By February, people revert back to default mode. Revert back to default mode. Why? Because they are using willpower. They are using willpower rather than getting into a mental state of consciousness that will get them to that. Go ahead, Toby. Go ahead.
So I also remember one of your teachings on having knowledge. I also tried to come from that perspective. So you have talked about someone who wants to commit immorality, and then he hears that I have HIV. That knowledge makes that person descend back. So I tried to also come from the angle of, they need to know the implications of these things, because people do not know the implications. And then with that, I tried to. No, there's nothing wrong with praying with the person.
The issue, what I said is good. The tendency to go back is still there.
So, but on your teaching now gives the science.
You get the point. So, if he does this now, this what you have said now will be easier to implement. That knowledge is good, but the will to implement it is where the challenge is, because the person is not yet free internally. So it will be difficult for him to be free externally. Thank you. Yes.
One of the things I is that you can choose your addiction.
Yes, yes, you should. We should be choosing our addiction. Look, did God put that addiction in us to be able to choose the right addiction? Because addiction, what addiction does is it makes it easier to want to do something that is good for you. Madam, long time. That is good for you. It's good for you. Do you understand? Only that. So when it becomes bad is when you didn't choose it and it choose you. But when you choose it, you're better off. You're a lot better off when you choose it. Yes.
Yeah, so for me, that's the
stand up. Okay, yes. Yes. Blessing.
Okay, for me, basically, I actually related it to something that your caused that in my life.
Good.
And it's like a behavioral thing. Like, I'm very emotional sometimes, and I have this particular character that I really wanted to stop, in the sense that if I want something to be done, I like it like immediately. Sometimes it will not be okay for the other person.
Okay.
Understand. Especially when you develop space. And it has affected me to the point that even relationship wise has affected me.
Okay.
So hearing this today, it has made me understand that I would like to do, okay, let me give you a big side. For instance, I want to get through to someone concerning something, and I keep calling, you know, at the end, I'll start giving to another minute that maybe this person not talking to me. I'll just give it a different scenario. And I'll not start feeling the funny thing.
Hold your thought. I hope you didn't forget. You give it a different meaning, and it will affect you negatively. But do you know you have the power to give it a positive and affect it positively? But it's easier to do the negative because we have been programmed to do the negative. The essence of this conversation is to reprogram ourselves to do the positive. Go ahead.
So it's to the point that you can linger for one. Now start praying. So when you made that statement that prayer doesn't
but people have been praying now, nothing is happening now. You know, the challenge for us as humans is the programming that you have to pray about it. Okay, another thing is, what we also don't know is that prayer is beyond your verbal. Our life session today is prayer and it's deliberate. But I want you to change your prayer in 2026. Prayer is beyond verbal. Your action is prayer. I hope you know. I hope you know your action is prayer. I hope you know your thought is prayer. He said, now until you are able to do exceeding and abundantly above all you ask or think. The thought is prayer. Meditation is prayer. Visualization is prayer. Affirmation is prayer. Your actions are prayer. Your actions are prayer. Only that we are not conscious. We think only when we talk. And if you focus only on that, it will not help you. Because you will now realize later that you are praying for the rest of the day in your mental declaration. But verbally, you spend only 30 minutes or 1 hour in the morning. But you see that one you mentally declare for the rest of the day is going to be answered than the one you say in the morning. Because the one you spend for the rest of the day, you spend more time on that, and sometimes that one might even be direct opposite of exactly what you talk about in the morning. Go ahead.
Okay, so since I've been joining
the session.
December and hearing about frequency and all of that, so I start to be like, give it like a different narration. And sometimes it's not so easy because developing a new character.
Because you are adult now. Because you are adult. You are adult now.
Go back sometimes I know that there's been improvement.
Yeah.
Like me of last year, March, and when I was in that period, it's actually better than.
Sorry, the people that are not on the WhatsApp group that are here that wrote their number. Yes. Okay, type it and I will drop the link. I will drop the link in the group so you can chat them, send it to them for them to join with the link. Go ahead.
It has been good, and also the attention is alignment.
Yeah.
What you said, whatever you give attention to, sometimes when you take your mind away from some things.
Anything you are not focusing your attention on does not exist in your world. Whatever you are not focusing your attention on does not exist. So I'm here now. Anything I'm not focusing my attention on does not exist. Anybody outside there within there, they don't exist in my world right now because my attention is not on it. So immediately, you need to know the power of attention. It's so powerful that if you can manage your attention. And do you know the interesting thing? Have you heard this word? Attention is the new currency. Have you heard about it? If you have not heard about it, that's a reality. Attention is the new currency. Everybody in the world is fighting for your attention. YouTube is fighting for your attention. Facebook is fighting for your attention. TikTok is fighting for your attention. Everybody is fighting for your attention. And wherever you are giving it to, wherever you are investing it to, is where you are going to reap it from. Wherever you are investing your attention to is where you're going to reap it from. That means if you are not investing it wisely, you also don't expect a good harvest. All right. The faith. You said what?
Action is moving for
Yes.
Action takes putting effort and action to get out of it.
Yes. You need to be very strategic. No, let's tell you the challenge I think we have with prayer. I think the challenge we have with prayer is we are not praying the way we should pray. So most of the time we should be praying to know directions, ideas, wisdom, but we want him to come and solve it. Most of the time, we want to come and solve what we are supposed to. I've talked to you about the law of personal responsibility. God will never do for you what he has given you the intellect to do for yourself, no matter how you pray. If he has given you the intellect to do it, it's not going to do it. Why? Because you can do it. There are books around, there are people, there are individuals, there's so many options, and you're not exploring it, you're expecting it to come and it's not going to. It's a wasted time. Why? Because you are not exploring the right channel for it. All right. Who is here to? Okay. Okay, I went to the back, Abby. Yes, Grant.
Mental nudges. I was still on the way when you said this.
Okay.
How frequency states, consciousness, births, mental nudges. What looks like ideas, intuition, and like something told you. It's something that tells people for Christians believers, the Spirit of God. Then I even find that if a Christian has a low frequency in thought and emotion, their mental nudges that looks like there's something telling them, which they was only the Holy Spirit as inspiration. It will be negative things that will lead them to birth the physical equivalent of the frequency they vibrate at.
Yeah.
Which can be disaster.
Yeah.
So somebody who has fear of accidents, listening to news of accidents every day, accidents on this road, accidents on that road.
There are sometimes you should even avoid some news. I don't understand. That's why I say people are not conscious of how they take care of their mind. There's some time you just there's some state of mind you are that some things you should even avoid completely. You don't even want to. Why? Because you need to keep your mind in a state. Yes. Yes.
So while being on maybe that vehicle, now get afraid. You already imagine
the accident. Imagine the accident before you. That's why I said, why don't you imagine yourself arriving?
Plus,
imagine yourself arriving, hugging, greeting your relative. Why are you imagine that?
Yeah, you move to escape. Yes. So first of all, I'm leaving that place for
Are you serious?
So, and there's going to be accident, but I'm just out of that frequency. I can't have an accident.
Understand? Do you understand?
Yes. So that's one mental state. So even for believers, if the frequency is wrong, the mental nudges will lead them to.
But you know, that's why that's why a believer, that's why a so-called believer do something and be wondering, I thought you're a Christian, why are you behaving like this? Do you understand? That's why. Because what many people don't understand is that, okay, have you heard this before? I'm sure I said this before. You are not a thief because you stole. You stole because you are a thief. So that means you're already vibrationally a thief. Your state of consciousness involves stealing. You are not a thief because you stole. You stole because you are a thief, such that if you never stole in your life, it doesn't make you less a thief if you are a thief. You did not slap because you are angry. You slap because you are a slapper. You did not slap because you are angry. You slap because you're a slapper. Either you slap your sibling, you slap your wife, you slap your husband, because nowadays we are beating husband. You slap your husband, such that if you never have opportunity to slap, it's not me making less a slapper. If you're a slapper, you were not slapping because you are angry, because someone will be in that situation and he will not slap. So what it takes to slap is in you. You're already in the frequency of slapping. You're in a state of consciousness of slapping. That's why you slap. Stop giving an excuse that you understand. So it's so important when you see, when you do something, it's a state of your consciousness. There are some things that will never occur to you to do. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. It will never occur to you as if because you are not in that frequency. It doesn't, because frequency is awareness. Awareness. You are such a high level of awareness to know that I can't do this kind of thing. You can't, it doesn't even occur to you that it's an option. Do you understand? It's not an option. You are only looking for a better and higher option than this one. Why? Because we are at a frequency. That's how powerful it is to be able to build our mind to be at the right frequency. So our awareness of what is possible is heightened. Our possibility is heightened. What you see that is possible is heightened. What you believe you can do is heightened because we are also at a higher level than just giving excuses and say. So we will give excuses for different things, but it doesn't change the fact that this is not true. I think we will stop there. For those, okay. Reality, yes. Yes, yes. It's, okay, good. Okay.
How do you sustain at the top? Because
recently, I think it was Mr. Stan that asked that question. The last 3-4 episodes we did on YouTube was talking about to maintain your frequency. Please go and listen to it. Go and listen to it. Yes, go ahead.
So you mentioned when somebody has a bad experience.
Okay.
It's colliding towards addiction.
Okay.
And instead of being sad and beating themselves up and trying to do all those bad feelings.
Yeah.
You should not feel bad about it.
And don't feel good.
Don't feel good about it.
As in, it's not a good thing to do. So don't feel good about it. But don't kill yourself on it. Neutral. Neutral means you are not sad, you are not happy about the situation now. Being sad means I'm feeling moody or unhappy about the situation. Being happy means I'm excited I did it.
So neutral
means I'm neither happy nor sad.
Okay, so neutral, I know I did it. I'm not going to kill myself
on it, and I'm not proud I did it. I'm not proud I did it, but I'm not going to kill myself that I did it. But you are just neutral in the sense that, but you can be neutral. Okay, look at that now. She's neutral. Look at that now. She's neutral. You know what I mean by she's neutral? She's just looking at me. She's not smiling. Okay, she's smiling now. I'm just saying you can be neutral. You can neutral in the sense that you're not proud of it, but you're also not killing yourself because of it.
On that frequency.
Yes. No. At this point, I'm just talking about your state as an individual. And the reason is you don't want to come down. You don't want to come down. You don't want to lose your peace. You don't want to lose your peace because of this. So you're at a higher level already, and you don't want to bring yourself down because of this. But you're not so excited also because of it. You're not happy because of it. But you are not bringing yourself down and become guilty because of it. Remember guilt. That guilt is based on your history. It's based on your history. It's based on your history. History of what you have been told that is bad. If you grew up in a home that they steal, as in stealing is a trade, you will not be guilty when you steal. You will not be guilty when you, how will you be guilty now? Stealing is a trade. It's normal to steal. So why will you be guilty of stealing? When that's the norm, why that's your stock in trade? You will be guilty of it. So have I answered your question? Now, let's move on to the other part. I'm sure a number of us will be interested in this because a number of questions yesterday relate to this. And I keep telling you we'll do that.